Hello everyone, welcome to another Power BI related tutorial by Team Slideshow. In this part, we are continuing our Airbnb Italy listings analysis, and this is amenities and property features analysis. This is the fifth dashboard. Till now, we have done four other dashboards, and in this fifth dashboard, we will solve these questions like how many listings have 3 plus bedrooms, what is distribution of private versus shared bathrooms, 4 plus guests, how many of them can accommodate, then what is price and rating difference. So for them you can see we are going to use these simple DAX calculations. So 4 plus guest listing, 3 plus bedroom listings, how do the different rating categories compare. For this we are going to use average pricing difference. For that we will calculate the pricing using simple calculate functions, and private room average price, private room average rating, this type of calculations will be done. Then most common property types in each neighborhood. So like we can use the city filters to filter out neighborhood and see in what neighborhood. For example, here private room is more common, this type of questions. Then additionally we will create a question like average rating difference between entire home and private room, and average price difference by month. So what this chart means and what is it actually showing and how to create it, everything that you see here will be discussed in this part. So let's get started with it. So first of all, we are going to copy this dashboard and we will rename it. This time we are doing amenities and property features analysis. So here we will rename, and this will be part 5. So if you will create your pages in such a way, it will be easier for you to navigate. And now you can change the heading also with amenities and property features. If needed, we can color the main heading in a different way so that we can easily spot what we are doing here. Next, we'll do questions. So first they're asking bedrooms and beds. So how many listings have 1, 2, 3 plus bedrooms? So to do this, how many listings have 1, 2, 3 plus bedrooms? What we can do, we can first see we have beds number in every listing. How many beds these listings have? So here we are going to write. So first of all, we are going to create a KPI where we have used count of listing IDs, count of distinct listing IDs as we did in previous parts also. And here we will add bed number as our filter. So number of beds are filter, and we can say is greater than 3. It is asking 1, 2, 3 or plus. Now you can see this is count of listings with more than 3 bedrooms. So we can copy this disable category label, and in general in title we can actually write the entire text, align it to center, and then we can use the font. So this is our answer, and that's why, because it's the first question, so we can write it like this. Now let's adjust and try to solve question number 2. And this is something that we have solved using or solved without writing any DAX if you are asked to do that. So here you can try. So let's create a new measure. So in this measure we can say 3 plus bedrooms listing. So here you have to use calculate function, because in calculate function you can actually apply an expression and a filter. So first we are counting distinct count of listings. So distinct count of listing IDs, and now your filter. So our filter will be that in this data beds number is greater than 3. Simple. So if we do that, it will calculate one number for us, and if we try to bring that, so you can see it is actually summarizing around 12k. If we go there and in call out value we say we want to display none, so you can see, so they are both showing the same numbers, so that means our calculations are correct. Next question says bathroom type. What is the distribution of private versus shared bathrooms? So first we have to look at that column where this is given. So here let's see. So it is given, and this one will be easy because they are simply asking how many listings have that this particular data. So in that case we will just replace this. So here we have host is superhost, and here we will select the bathrooms type, and instead of average reviews we will count number of listings which we did earlier. You can see most of them have private, but in 6.62 percentage of cases we have uh, no, shared. So this shows the distribution, and this is our second question. So that is it. Next question is maximum allowed guests. How many listings can accommodate 4 plus guests? So first of all we can see in columns where guest is written. So here is a column called maximum allowed guest. So we have 1 2 3 etc. So for this also we can do the similar thing. So we will count this, and we'll copy this and right click new measure, and here we can say 4 plus guests allowed, or this is okay. So we will count distinct count of listing IDs where Airbnb guest count is maximum allowed guest is greater than 4. So in this case also we can count this value, and obviously because we are giving the answer here, so we can replace it with 4 plus guest listings. Okay, and what we can do, we can enable category label and disable the title. So total number of listings where 4 plus guests are allowed are 9510, and then we can adjust the width here. And important thing is because we are doing it from this table, and these filters were also from these tables, so you can see it's city wise also, or neighborhood wise, or price bin wise. Next they are asking question entire home versus private room. What is the price and rating difference between entire home and private rooms? So price and rating difference. So for this if we see here, so price and everything is given, but first of all we can see that property type is either entire home, hotel room, private room, or shared. But what they are asking us is price and rating difference between entire home and private rooms only. Okay, so they are asking us to compare pricing of two values only. So first of all it was given rating by property type and their average rating across listings that we calculated in the previous part. So here we can do one more thing, that property type is either entire room or entire home or private room, and this will give us an answer that 4.71 is for entire room and 4.67 is for private room. So you can subtract these values if that exact average rating difference is asked. This is one time. One more thing is we can create new measures that we can say average. So we actually calculated average rating across this, right? So here you can see we have we found average rating across listings. So we can try to create a new measure here, and let's say private room average rating. So for private room average rating, we will use calculate functions once again, and we already calculated average rating across listings, but we will filter it for where room type or property type that is given here. Select and property type. This particular value should be equal to private room, how it is given in the data. Private room. So this way you can actually calculate the values also. And private room rating will be, if we just drag it here, so private room average rating will be 4.68. Similarly, we can try to find out. So we can create another measure and we'll do it for entire home. So entire home average rating, and here we will just write entire home, just how it is given here. So either you can just show it like this if you want to show in a visual, but if you actually have to show the number, this will be entire home. So if we just drag it here, so this one will be 4.71 as it is showing. So for private room, I'm just confirming once again 4.68. Okay. Now we actually have to find the difference. So question is rating difference between entire home and private home. So we can go to this measure once again and create a new measure. So rating difference between entire home and private room. I know this is long, but like this will be the final measure for rating difference. Sorry for that noise. Cow is there. So here you have to find. So we have to select the first one, like whatever is the like entire home, and then we'll subtract it with private room rating. So we can write it like this. This is also one way. And if not this one, rating difference, which is actually average rating difference. So if you just want to show it as a number, you can show it like this as well. Next, we have data like host is a super host or not. So what we can do, we can add that host is a super host or not. And in details, we can actually bring these listings, or we can bring the average rating difference. So sorry, in values. So, and we can go to data labels and we can go there. So you can see these differences are very small. Similarly, you can find the price difference also. So for price difference, you have to just repeat. So here you can see, for example, we found private room average rating. So we'll go to model and create new measure once again. And this will be private room average price. And here we have to find the average price. So here we are using row wise price. So we'll use average price. And if you actually have to do listing wise calculation, we already explained it in the previous part how to do listing wise calculation. But here we are just calculating row wise what is average price when property type is private room. And similarly, create a new measure where we are trying to find out entire home, entire home average price, and here we'll just write entire home. This will be simple calculation like before. If you think you can do these calculations in any other way, please let us know in the comment section and we'll create another video out of it. So we have entire home average price and private room average price. So now we can write average price difference entire home, entire versus private. I'm just writing it in short. And you have the entire home. So average, so this is entire home average price, subtract it with private room average price. And this will give us average price difference entire versus private. And I'm just using a simple line chart. So if host is superhost and on one y-axis I have put the average price difference and on other average rating difference, so it is showing it like this. There are many other ways of showing this data. Whatever is your preferred way, you can choose it. We can also remove this and here we can show the average price difference in one KPI also. Let's see other question. Now they are asking property type by neighborhood. What are the most common property types in each neighborhood? So now here this is an interesting question where actually they are asking us about two categories. One is neighborhood and you can see we have so many neighborhoods here in the data set from A to Z. In property types we know there are four types of properties. Two of them are entire home and private home. So first of all I'll change it to ribbon chart. When we have to deal with two categories and find something else, so we can choose a ribbon chart. I'm just trying and let's see whether we can answer this question. So now we have neighborhood and I will change the heading later. So we'll put neighborhood on the x-axis and property type as a legend. So you can see now in y-axis we have to add one number. And when they are asking most common property types in each neighborhood, so we can count listing IDs here. So or maybe we have number of listings already. You can see this measure already has distinct count of listings. So now you can see it is giving us that answer. So if we zoom it, you can see on x-axis we will have the neighborhood value. Like for this, in this neighborhood, you can see most common property type is entire home. And almost in every neighborhood, you can see it is there. It is the same case, except for this one, where you can see private room is the property type where number of listings are more. If you have to compare four or five neighborhoods, let's say we select this, so we can check four or five of them. and you will be able to check between these 4 or 5 listings what is that case. So this is important. Additionally, just I am adding a filter, like just to make this chart smaller, that neighborhood is all. We can select top n, and let's select top 10 neighborhoods by number of listings. Although this is not asked in the question, but additionally I am doing this. And I actually have to click here. Sorry about that. So here you can see one filter is already applied. So this is the challenge while copying visuals. So I will clear every filter here first of all, and I'll try to say that neighborhood is in top 10 listing by total number of listings. So we will just put by value here and apply filter. So this will show top 10 listings, and this is how we can answer this question, like property type, what are the most common property types in each neighborhood. And as I said, if you have to check for any particular neighborhood, you can select that and see that in this neighborhood entire homes are the most common property type. If you have to compare between two or three, so you will see, for example, here only in this Brizano neighborhood we have shared rooms also. You can do it city wise also, that in that city what is most famous, like in Milano or for in Venezia you can see we have one property or one neighborhood where there are more private rooms than any other type of property. So we will click on this and simply change the title with our question, most common property types in each neighborhood. And as you can see, host since, so I'm using a line chart. Host since month we are keeping here, average rating difference, and we can also, so we can see what is when the rating difference is more between prices of private room and other rooms, or we can also take average price difference here. So this will show us average price difference and versus average rating difference, and we can actually, because these are both two different numbers, like their units are different, that's why we can keep them on secondary axis. So this is also data. One more thing, in these charts you can see we have lines, so we have series. Let's say for rating we have color, so we can select a different color for it. Okay, this is something you can do in other charts also. For example, here we have slices, so in private room, in entire home, so wherever you want to do, you can change these colors as well. So now we have completed 5 dashboards out of 5 from this project. We have another projects related to cricket league IPL analysis, where we have 6 dashboards if you are interested in that topic. Another one is for hospital, where we have 4-part series. So, and we'll keep bringing more of these dashboards, and as students are requesting more complex DAX queries, we will try to cover questions which have them. So please subscribe to our channel, please like this video and share it with your friends who are students so that they can also do this kind of projects. Thanks once again. Have a nice day.